Okay. Okay, come. Let's just to let you know, right? Okay, just to let you know for your this is your assignment. Okay, I need to have an evidence of Scrum documentation, right? Evidence of a team meeting. Okay, so you're supposed to have okay, I give you 8 lessons, so you do 8 team meeting. Okay, today is lesson 3, so we're gonna start the team meeting. Okay, so I want to see 8 team meeting. Product backlog is what the project is, what is the requirement, okay, of your project. Okay, that means the thing you draw. And I want to see an Excel file. Okay, Excel file, and inside must have the data. Okay, and of course there are 2 types of data. One is raw data, that means it's not processed yet. Then I want another one is for clean data, that means we process it already. Okay, process it already. Oh, okay, and then prototype, okay, of a chart using Excel, and make sure you have annotation to ensure that your design is easy to understand. Okay, so use subfolder. That means you divide into different folder. After you a folder inside a folder, right? To separate the visual design produced for each team member. One interactive visualization per team member. So that means you have okay you will have DT one folder, and then Termin another folder. Okay, okay, with the last name of each team member. Okay, so I want to see this. Why I emphasize this is because in my previous class interactive visualization, students did not submit this. Okay, students did not submit this. Okay, so I want to emphasize, but the student do submit this. So it's okay, student do submit. But student never submit this. Okay, and what happened is that this unit coordinator of in UK says that where's the evidence of your Scrum? Okay, so there's no evidence of Scrum, and so therefore the team mark was dragged down to almost fail 50 months. Luckily for presentation. There's no presentation, I think the group will fail. So don't take it, please take it seriously. You need to have, because this is one of the delivery Scrum documentation. Okay, so I want to see evidence of Scrum documentation. Okay, this agile methodology now. So please do it. I don't want same thing happen again, right? Okay, lot of students spend so much time preparing the chart, making it interactive, and so on, and they forgot about this. That's why I got very experience. So the coordinator over there, right, saying that so please do this. Okay, so not say that I didn't inform you. I did inform you. I emphasize on it, right? So please do it. Okay, before your mark. No matter what you do for the rest, your marks will drag down. Luckily, got presentation. You know, presentation, the mark is definitely here, right? So please take note of this. Okay, before that, let's start with what is agile. I think I've covered agile, but then okay, let's watch the videos of what is agile methodology. So I want the team meeting to be agile. It's not a waterfall.
software frequently, from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, with a preference for the shorter time scale. Number 4, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Number 5, build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. Number 6, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversations. Number 7, working software is the primary measure of progress. Number 8, agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Number 9, continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Number 10, simplicity. The art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. Number 11, the best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. Number 12, at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. Since Agile is a collection of values and principles, its real utility is in giving people a common foundation for making decisions about the best way to develop software. For example, consider a new project that is in discussion on how to get requirements from the business owner. The suggested approach is to require that the business owner write down all the requirements and sign off on them before beginning the work. A team that is following Agile would say, while that might work, isn't that inconsistent with our belief that we should value customer collaboration over contract negotiations? And doesn't it violate our principle that says the developer should be working with the business owners every day? How can we make this decision in a way that is consistent with our values and the principles we follow? Or consider a developer who's working on implementing a feature for the business owner. The developer realizes he needs a database to make the feature work. The first idea that comes to mind is to stop work on the feature and build out a robust database layer that will handle the needs of the feature and provide support for other development that will be needed later. If the developer believes in the Agile values and is trying to follow the Agile principles, they would think, but building out this layer means I would have to delay delivering what the customer can see as valuable software they can use. If I can find a way to build just what is necessary to deliver this feature, it will better align with my principles. When you have a team that is following Agile, they will be making hundreds of decisions each week in the way described. That is what it means to be Agile, making each decision based on the principles and values that the team has decided to follow. The decision-making process matters. You can't try to short-circuit things by taking decisions made by another team and just blindly doing what they decided to do. Another team may make decisions based on the Agile principles and values that end up with a particular way of doing their work. Simply trying to mimic another team's actions and practices won't make your team Agile. After World War II, Melanesian islanders were observed trying to bring cargo planes and their supplies from the sky by mimicking the practices they had seen performed during the war. This included clearing the forest to make a landing strip, complete with full-sized planes made out of straw. They also created structures that mimicked a control tower out of bamboo. It had someone sit in it wearing headphones fashioned from coconut nuts. It's easy to fall into similar type of cargo cult mentality when it comes to agile. The things that are easy to notice in a highly functional agile team are the practices they are using. But the practices a team uses are the result of following agile principles and values. It's less important what practices a team happens to be using than why they are using it. In fact, as time goes by, a good agile team is probably going to change and refine the practices that they use. A team might start with Scrum and later find that Kanban is a better fit for delivering value to their customers. A team might begin standing up on daily meetings and later decide it works better for everyone to stay sitting down. Another team might start out using playing poker to estimate story size and later do away with story points and simply split stories to be approximately the same size. That isn't to say it's useless to look at practices being used by teams that are performing well, but you can't go looking for practices to make you agile. Your principles and values are what will make you agile. You have to look for practices that support your principles and values. The way you select your practices is what determines whether you are being agile or not. If a practice is being selected because it looks like a good way to follow agile principles, it's probably a good place to start. The same practice can work poorly for a team if it's selected for the wrong reasons. So what is agile? Agile is a set of values and principles. How does a team become agile? They make their decisions based on agile values and principles. The decision-making process is how a team becomes agile. The values and principles have enough flexibility to allow teams in a wide variety of organizations to develop software in the way that works best for their particular situation, while providing enough direction to help the team continually move toward their full potential.
Okay, so that is agile methodology. I hope that you all follow that when you do your assignment and give evidence for that. Because this is week two, right? Week two. Okay, this is the agile manifesto. Okay, and what we saw in the video just now. Okay, this agile manifesto where it brought down individuals and partner interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over plan. So this is what you watch in the video. So that means you do more on the left side than more of the right side. Right? You saw the video, right? This is on the left side and this is on the right side. So you do more of it instead of this. Doesn't mean to say that you don't need to do things here, right? But you do less and you will see more things on this side. Then after that, the video tells you about the 12 working principle, right? Okay, 12 working principle. So so this is the agile that you need to follow, the 12 principle. You watch in the video, right? Okay. So what is agile software development, right? Okay, so we use usually Scrum, SCRUM framework, right? Okay, it is actually more than a practice, whether it's a pair programming or test-driven stand-up or planning session and so on, right? So, as what we saw in the video, is a set of methods and practice. The solution is involved in collaboration between self-organizing and cross-functional teams. Okay, so that will finish up last week lecture on what is agile development. But before that, there is a video I think you cannot access, but I think Nick can access. This is a video. It's given in the given in the platform. Okay, so let's watch the video on Scrum. So you're supposed to use Scrum methodology, Scrum framework. Okay, let's watch this.
My passion is coaching adult coaches, and I tell you, every adult coach should be able to train the framework of their choice in 10 minutes or less. The Scrum framework. So Scrum is the most popular agile framework. Agile is an umbrella of methods. They're all pretty cool. The Scrum framework is great because it works for almost any kind of project. It's a great backbone. 3 roles in Scrum is the easiest way to think about starting to understand the Scrum framework. One is product owner. The other one is Scrum master. The more generic term is business agile coach. We'll hear those two interchangeably. And then you have team member. So the first thing to notice is that I didn't list all the different kinds of team members we need. Scrum works on shared commitments. So team members commit to a small set of goals they're going to create together in a short period of time. And they do whatever is necessary to create those. So that may mean that a team member is going to work outside of their specific role or skill set or their title in the organization. And here's how they're going to do it. This is the Scrum framework. Work out this in 2 circles. Now, before we get going with Scrum, one of the things that Scrum assumes, but doesn't say a whole lot about, it's just not part of the framework, is that someone has a vision of what this team is going to accomplish together, or what this product looks like that the team needs to create. They have a vision enough that they've been able to go get some money, and someone has given them money, and they say, okay, great, go make that vision happen. Now, we have a vision and money, and we know we want to use Scrum. The first thing that we'll do is to create this thing called product backlog. This is the closest thing you're going to get to the big old
You
requirements.
must give me a product backlog, at least
So
of
the
it.
product backlog is just a list of stuff we know needs to get done from a business standpoint to get this mission accomplished. Now, the person who creates this product backlog is this product owner, this person up here. That product owner is from the business. That product owner knows what this product is supposed to do, how it's supposed to look, what business goals we're trying to achieve with it. So basically, they can be there as a guidance to actually create the business value we want to create. Now they do that by adding things to this product backlog as they realize they need more stuff to do this mission. But initially, we just have the stuff we know at this point. We don't have to have it all. So we have a list of stuff from a business goal perspective. We're doing this mission done. The cool thing is that list is prioritized. Putting the highest business value on the highest business risk thing at the top of the list. That turned out to be pretty important because there are all these people out here, and all these people want to have a say in what the product is and is not, what the team does and what they don't do, and what they're going to do. And the product owner uses this product backlog as a heat shield between the team, let's say this is the team over here from me, and all these people. Because all these people are noisy. They're managers of all kinds. They're the managers of the team members. They are platform or service managers. They're heads of legal and compliance. They're stakeholders, users, all kinds of people who want to say what the team does. So the product owner says, cool, I'll take your idea and put it on the product backlog. We'll understand its business value. If it's high business value, it moves it right to the top of the list. Because here's what happens. Product owner and the team, with the Scrum Master facilitating, do this thing called sprint planning.
So I want to
The
see
very
a
first thing they
spring
do with
planning.
sprint planning is decide how long their sprint is going to be. Now, a sprint is never longer than 4 weeks. Why is that? Well, after 4 weeks, we get into some sloppy thinking. We think that there's time to do stuff or time to be inefficient. And also, 4 weeks is a time frame where you're pretty much in control. We can figure out what we're doing in a month. Beyond that, and all bets are off. Actually, most Scrum teams do 2 weeks now, but never longer than 4 weeks is the rule. So let's just say that this team is
Okay. So this one is inside here. The video is here. Okay, so this video is inside here. I think you cannot access it. But never mind, I think you see the video already. Okay, it's inside here. You can't access, but I think for Nick can access. Right?
Yeah.
So it's inside here. So that will finish up your spring, right, and your scrum. So as you can see, the fourth manifesto, right, the principle, top principle, and the eighth spring. So this is a very important area, which I hope that you all will be very careful, right, when you do your work. It starts with a vision. So I want to see a vision, right? Okay. So what are you trying to do, right? So you have to ask yourself, what are you trying to do, right? So what is your chart is all about? It's actually about presenting business, right? And what's the data set, right? This is the business case, right? What's the data set? Okay, data set. Okay, you have to put it to Excel, right? And then what are the two charts that you need to develop? Okay, you have one chart, you have one chart, each of you have one chart, right? So from there, you came up with a project mission statement, right? What are you? So this is what is you going to do if you look at the data set, and what environment, the context, and so on. Right. Then after that, we talk about the project vision statement. So what are you going to build? Always remember, right? Your two chart, right? Each of you do your own chart. And so the prioritized backlog is the requirements of the system. So maybe you do bar chart, maybe you do pie chart or whatever it is. And you have to prioritize the backlog. Means to say that who will do first, which task will do first, which task will do second, which task will do third, which task will do fourth. Right? Prioritize backlog means what is the requirements of the software. Okay, your requirement of software is to solve the business problem. But solve the business problem, you can do some assumption based on the data set. Right? Then after that, maybe come up with a product backlog. Like for example, creating the data, okay, and so on. Okay. Then after that, you have to plan your schedule. Okay, plan your schedule, right? Okay, from last week actually I told you to discuss. So this is the first lesson. So third lesson is going to plan until lesson 12. Okay, so the spring backlog is actually the task that you are going to do. Okay, based on this, prioritize the backlog functional requirement. Based on the functional requirement, okay, based on this functional requirement, they're supposed to bring up the task that you're supposed to do. So the task, as you look at the Agile manifesto, it should be bite size. Okay, bite size means it's small in size and incremental as it goes along. So, okay, take note, the sprint backlog is a task. So here you prioritize what you want, what is the requirements. Okay, but product backlog is the requirement of your system. Remember, your system will generate a dashboard, okay, a dashboard to show two chart, right? A dashboard to show two chart, right? Okay, to solve the business problem based on the data set and where you retrieve the data. Okay, then after that, you put a schedule. So I want to see a schedule. We use Google to do a schedule, right? Okay, or you can do a Gantt chart up to you. Then the sprint backlog is what small bite-sized tasks are you going to do first, based on the prioritize here. Okay, then after that you get the delivery. So at the same time, I want to see minutes for your daily setup meeting, right? Okay, a setup meeting. But of course, here there's one more step you need to do. After that, you need to do a review, retrospective. Okay, after every task, there must be a retrospective. That means a review. A lot of work, a lot of documentation. So you can make your assumption. Okay, always make your assumption. Okay, okay, for one string. Okay, for one string, make your assumption. Right? Okay, okay, okay. There you are. So you must have a retrospective string. Okay, retrospective string is actually your review of each string. Every string you have to have a review. Until you're finished, then when you release your retrospective project, and that will be your final one. Okay, okay, for your project. So you must provide evidence of this being done. Okay, you must provide evidence of this being done. Because if you do not provide evidence of it done, okay, that is the meeting schedule. We use Google Chart. Okay, you see here, we use Google Calendaring to do your scheduling, and you screenshot. Okay, screenshot your proof. Okay, screenshot your proof, and your daily meeting. Okay, you can make use of the Trello has been recommended by the Trello. Okay, Trello that's been recommended by the, okay, and so on. Okay, so that is important. There's a lot of students, not so important, but it is very important, right? That you follow your processes. This is not just about building, okay, not just about building the software and show the software. At the same time, you must show me the processes as well, right? Because if processes is not shown, the marks will be reduced, okay, tremendously. So please take note. Okay, your mark will be reduced tremendously if you don't show your review. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is the sample to show you how people do it. Then to show how they do it. So this is a previous year student. Okay, they do a medical. Okay, they do a medical facility data visualization dashboard, right? Okay, they're supposed to do a dashboard, and so this is the started off before the table of content. This table of content. Then you can see the project overview, right? So what is the goal they are supposed to do? And the JavaScript d3.js version 7. Make sure you use version 7. You use version 4, you fail. Okay. Don't use other version except version 7 because that is stated in the right and okay and CSS. And so the data set is the medical facility data, including doctor experience, specialization reviews, and patient satisfaction. So that's why we start with problem statements, and this problem statement is actually lack of clear, visible insight in medical facility performance, difficulties in that, okay, in the that's the business case study. So this problem statement will be a business case study. Okay, your business case study. The need for user-friendly dashboard to provide actionable insight. Right. Then after that, you know the objective, right? To create a dynamic. So this is what you need to do. What they are wanted to do is to create a dynamic visualization represent key trends in the medical facility. Okay, support interactive filtering. You have to do interactive. Okay, interactive is not that difficult, right? It's actually a mouse over function event for JavaScript. You just put a mouse there over as what you saw in the previous lessons, right? Enable user to identify trends in the doctor's specialization, analyze correlation to experience, reviews and satisfaction rate, compare fees and waiting time across different specializations. Okay, then is a team contribution, right? Okay, we have the different team member, what team, who's going to do what. Okay, this one is one person do one. Okay, this one do a line chart, and this one do a histogram. Okay, line chart and histogram, two-person, right? And so okay, and then I think they do more than that, right? They do dot plot, group plot, and so on. Okay, feedback. So this is done by Swan, SUAN. You do scatter plot and data chart, right? And the key features, right? Key performance indicator, like average patient satisfaction every time, and so on. So this is the interactive visualization. They make use of whole effect to improve tick for detailed data insight. So whole effect is actually not so difficult. It's just a mouse. I'll give you some sample. Okay, it's just that you just remember I told you about the CSS, right? You just do it in that. So it's not that difficult for over effect, right? And so on. And so click on the line chart, it is filtered in this program. The technical workflow, right? So data cleaning, as I told you, you must throw in Excel file, data cleaning and pre-processing, missing data and be consistently take it out. In Microsoft Access, right? Use d3.js version 7 to implement interactive chart and put them into one chart. Okay, don't separate. Yours is mine is mine. Put them together as one. I only give you the template. Just put in the template with you. Just dump in the template. The template already given to you, right? Then after that, in your presentation, you demo your own. Okay, you demo your dashboard, and then you demo your need to demo the dashboard. Okay, and so I think this group do more than one. Everybody's going to create one chart, but I think they do more than one chart. And all of them do more than one chart. All of them do more than one chart. Okay, by right, they're supposed to do one chart. Okay, and challenge and solution, right, and the key insight. Okay, and future conclusion. So that is the one of the book, right, that done this. Okay, and this is the peer review. Okay, it's supposed to do peer review, right? And this is the report. Okay, so this is the report. You must, besides presentation, you must have a report as well. So report is the same thing, project overview, the data set, So this is the data set, data set, And the features, that's the product catalog. This features are mentioned in the product catalog. Okay, product catalog. Okay, what technology you use, and this is the file structure, right? And this is the teamwork, and teamwork. So who do what? The task supposed to do by who? Who's supposed to do the task? And this is the project management evidence. Okay, the make use of Scrum, right? The use of Scrum. Okay, and this is the product backlog for implement the data set. The product backlog, and they provide evidence of the the schedule. Okay, this is the schedule. Okay, this is the schedule. So they provide a chart of the schedule done, right? And there you are. So it's a meeting schedule here. Okay, and then this is a sprint review. Okay, sprint review and challenge and so so you can see that all this must be provided, but this one not so good because they did not do screenshot of evidence that we done. They just put everything in Word document, right? So that is the report. Okay, so I'll show you a sample how people do oh, okay, and so you have to follow how this is being done. Okay, okay, so this is the how people do it okay, so up to you to decide. Okay, so please start early. A lot of especially the teaming part is the documentation part of the teamwork, and so that is the teaming part. You can do assumption if you need to, right? You can always do your assumption if you need to. Okay, so that is what you need to remember, right? You can do any assumption that you need to do. Okay, so that will clear you on the assignment. Like last week I think today, try to show you some of the past assignments that student has done and the evidence of the schedules and so on. So to follow that, to show that you have done your okay. And this group lose some marks is because they did not give details of the stand-up meeting. Okay, a lot of marks is lost for this group is because of uh, the minutes for the team meeting is missing. Okay, the minute is missing. So that's why, but they put a schedule there, but they did not put the minute. What is one sprint? Have they done the task or not? Right? And most of them get very low mark because they miss this part. Okay, so please take note. If you really want to do well, you have to give me sprint meeting, and that is one of the delivery that's been given in the study guide. Okay, in the ICA, it's already emphasizing there, right? Students are not doing that sprint meeting. Okay, so please do that, right? Or else, if you fail, don't come and find me. Don't say that I didn't tell you, right? Okay, don't say that I didn't tell you. I already warned you what happened in the previous round, right? Okay, so that's clear your week two material. Week one material is very simple. Week three material is very simple. Okay, Nick can access it from your this Nick can access it from the backboard. Okay, from the backboard. Training, I think I already sent to you already. This is actually week two. Okay, because last time week two, now they include this, but now they move the week part of this week two material to here to week three. Okay, so you already had week two material, right? And we sent to you last week. Okay, okay. So that we have done that. Okay. Okay. So what is SVG then? SVG is a scalable vectors graphic, right? It's actually drawing to SVG. Every chart that you can think of can be reduced to a simple small set of shapes. Like for example, we have bar chart. Bar chart are actually rectangle, right? We have pie chart. Pie chart are actually circle. Okay, are actually circle, right? So pie chart, so bar chart is actually rectangle. You can draw horizontally, vertically, right? Pie chart or donut is actually a circle, right, and so on. Okay, so let's look at this. So SVG, scalable vectors graphic, okay, is actually based on XML, extendable manipulation language, based vector image format. Okay, it's a standard that's developed by www World Wide Web. Okay, and these are all laser images designed for specific resolution, right? It makes the image work on the client side, means on your side, not on the server side. Okay, it makes use on your system. Okay, the system side, and render it to the screen, right? Okay, so that is what SVG is about. So SVG, be very careful. Okay, you have to declare your text SVG text. Okay, and then you have to close your SVG text. So this SVG canvas, so you must have the height and the width. So please take note that, okay, usually in the standard graph, okay, we start with 0, 0 here, right? In the standard graph, we start with 0, 0 here. But in SVG, we start with the 0, 0 on top. So be very careful when you define your width and height. Okay, there you are. Okay, so in width is 800. So that is the width 800. Okay, the width is 800, and the height is 600. Okay, so we count from here. Okay, height is 600. So 0 is 800. So this is the height. 0 is 800. So always remember that here is 0, 0, and okay. So the graph will start from the top to the bottom. Okay, please take note of this when you do your SVG. So to do SVG is quite simple. First, you must have the tag. That's the HTML tag, SVG, and then close with the tag, SVG, right? So this is the where you would insert your drawing. Okay, in width of 800 and height of 600, right? So remember, so this is always inverse of what you use in the chart. Okay, so we will make use of D3J.F. What is D3? It means 3D now, data-driven documents. 3D, DDD, so we call it D3. That's a World Wide Web, www.w3. So in this case here, we call it D3. It's called data-driven documents. Okay, and this is a JavaScript library. Okay, what they do is they take the data and visualize them using web technology. Okay, it does not draw graph. It's a tool in which it is used to draw graph. So it doesn't draw graph by itself. It's a tool that you use to draw graph, right? Okay, so well, you got, but Simon said you must use d3.js, no choice, right? You can actually use JavaScript also and write a code routine. But actually, D3JS makes it easier to use so that you don't need there's so much coding that you need to write. Okay, so you can always go to this website here, okay, d3js.org to know more. So in order to start, okay, HTML, you have no choice. These are the format you must follow. Okay, these are standard that you need to follow. You have no choice, right? So rectangle with 50, height 200. So remember where the 50 comes from. Okay, and you fill and you put the style. All this must be there. Rectangle with height style, and you fill it dot green or whatever color you want. So using so this is using the HTML, and then using the d3.js, JS stands for JavaScript. You have to have select what body. Then you append what? You append SVG. Standard, you must follow the format. Okay, besides the rectangle, the SVG, you must append rectangle, you must append, okay, rectangle, you must append the width, you must append the height, that's the attribute, and the star. So all these you must append, including d3.js, okay? Okay, you start with a d3.select body, and then you dot append all those things that you put in the SVG. Okay, so you can use Visual Studio Code, right, to do it, right? Those who don't have Visual Studio Code, please download Visual Studio Code. Okay, and then to find the extension, you can really go here with the extension and you open in your default browser. Okay, that means to say that your default browser is Chrome, open in Chrome now. Your default browser is in Edge, then you use Edge now. Okay, so please go to this and it's okay, Visual Studio Code. If you don't want, then we use that file, which will be troublesome, right? Okay, so as for the editor, I leave it to you. Okay, what editor you want to use. Okay, Visual Studio, okay, .code. Okay, to draw a rectangle, right? Remember I told you, okay, so this is your uh, HTML document, right? Always start with a, the title, tag title. So this title, you give to draw SVG shape with D3. So always give an appropriate talk, a useful title where people understand what your chart is all about. So anyhow keep, okay? Always give a title, right? Okay, and the script here, this one is a standard you must follow. You have no choice. Okay, maybe you can copy this and then paste it there. Every time when you write a code, you can always insert this in. Okay, and the university would like to see V7. Okay, make sure you have version 7. I think it's stated physically in the ICA that if you use others, you fail. Okay, you already stated there in the ICA. If you use others, you fail. Right, so you must use version 7. Okay, please don't note. Okay, Timmy, 你要用 V7 Okay, okay, it's stated there. Okay, then after that, start with the body. Okay, the body, remember we learned in the previous lesson, H3 is how big the font size you want it to be. Okay, so give a meaningful title. Okay, this is the first one is the title of the whole thing. And this is the title of the rectangle bar. So we put SVG bar. The SVG bar, we have rectangle. You open your SVG, and then you have rectangle, the width 50, height at 203 degrees. Then after that, okay, then you put the script. This is under script. Okay, this is under script. Okay, this is under script. And see, so this the protection also good.
So I think also for the script SRC for the Java also I think you need to put things right.
Yeah, you have to put the script there.
Then only you can,
okay.
yeah.
This is standard. What I do, you know what I do? I'm very lazy. I copy the thing. So every time when I have thing, I just paste it there. And then I just change the thing inside. Okay. I always have a copy of this in my notepad. I don't put in Word document. Because Word document sometimes it's extra, what you call it, extra something character behind.
Yeah.
Always put in notepad. Okay, I always put in notepad this, so every time I just paste. Because you know why? Every time Notion has you have to append SVG. Every time you must append, okay, this one is rectangle or whatever you want to append. And every time you must append the attribute to be width, for this case here, the width, the rectangle with width and width. So all these are pretty standard, pretty standard shield there one. So if you are lazy like me like that, don't want to type it every time, just paste up and then just change the thing inside. Okay, that's my advice to you, to shortcut it. I can tell you it's very tedious, no, I tell you every time you do this, very tedious. Okay, it's very tedious. Okay, so please take note. So this is drawing the rectangle. This is using the okay. So draw rectangle. So you can see here, right? And that's why that this is the structure of it looks like HTML, the header, the title, and the title will include the script. Okay, the script. Later on, I will teach you how. Not today. Another day, I'll teach you how to do the bar over. Okay, it's very easy because if you look at the demo last week, right? All students do the bar over, the mouse over, and very easy. Then we have the body, SVG, rectangle, and so on. Okay. And the script, okay, so we have two parts here. One part here is the declaration of SVG, okay, the declaration of SVG, and then after that you use the script, okay, right, the script. So there you are. So we have the SVG bar, right? This is one SVG bar, and this is the D3 bar, okay, okay. Okay, these are the two ways that we can draw. One is the SVG bar and one is the D3 bar. It's up to you. So what is this D3 operator then? Remember, we always have a select, right? This is to select any element on the HTML. So you put as so you can select an element in the HTML. Then always append an element there, and then the style is the dot attribute, right? So you can see here, right? There you are. So we have to select the body. Okay, select the body here, select the body here, okay, select the body here, and then we append the data the attributes here. Okay, append the SVG tag. Okay, so you can see here append to select any element on the HTML page. So in this case here, we select the body. Okay, select anything on the HTML page. So here we select the body. Right, after select the body, then we append to the HTML page. So what do we append? So we append SVG. See that SVG here? We append SVG here. And then we append the rectangle. And the rectangle is the shape, and so therefore you must have the attribute, the characteristics. Okay, the characteristics or the style of your element. So these three things need must be there. Select any elements of the HTML, then you append to the HTML page. What you want to append to the HTML page, of course, you append SVG lah. Then you append the rectangle and with the attribute, right? So these are the three elements have to be there, right? So, okay, you can also include your style inside the SVG shape tag if you needed to, right? Like for example, circle CX is 5, CY is 5, R is 4, radius lah. These are the x-axis, y-axis lah. X-axis, y-axis, x-axis is 5, y-axis is 5, radius is 4, how big it is lah. And then the style and fill in both. Okay, this is the stroke. Okay, so this is can use okay your style in the SVG style tag, or you can use the SVG style tag like that, something like that. SVG style, circle, fill, stroke, and so on. And then after that, the circle is doing something like that. So it's up to you which one you feel confident with, this style or this one. Okay, for SVG style. Okay, so we have talked about style, pretty standards. You always follow the same standard. Always remember that. If you want to know more, you go to www.freeschool.com and set up SVG. Down there, got lots of more commands you can use that. Okay, all these are you have to explore yourself. Okay, we will just teach the basic here that you can get started. The basic here is given to you so that you can get started. So the canvas is the area where you want to insert your FPG. So after that, you put your scalar vector graph. So there is a box, right? The canvas where you insert it, right? Okay, and that is what we call viewport. We call that viewport. Okay, PORT. Okay, anything that beyond the viewport will be clipped off and not visible to the user. So that's why you must, this canvas is actually a viewport. Anything outside the viewport will be clipped off and you cannot see anything. So just think of the viewport as a window. Okay, just think of the viewport as a window. In the same way, a web page can be of any site. But your browser viewport only let you see the portion of the page of any one time. So please take note, the viewport is a port where you put your SVG graphic inside. Anything outside the viewport will be cut off. So therefore, this is the viewport now. SVG with 800 to 600. Okay, and that is what your graphic inside will be seeing. So always remember your viewport will always start with what? 0, 0 on the top, and then all the way down. Please take note of that. Be very careful. Not from the, it's from the top down, not from the bottom up. Okay, that's the thing that we always have to remember. There you are. Okay. can see that in this case here, right, the coordinate for the viewport and the canvas are exactly the same. Okay, in this case here. So therefore, we can add a viewport to our canvas. Okay, it does not necessarily be the same coordinate as the system. Therefore, you can use it to crop and to zoom. Right, so maybe you can put 800 height viewport 00 800 600. Right, so the viewport has the same coordinate as the viewport. So this view box here, this is a view box. Okay, the view box here has the same as the viewport. Okay, because it's 00 800 600. So this is exactly the same. So this is the view box. Okay, okay, so this is a view box. So this is, remember, this is a viewport. 800 600 is a viewport, and this is the viewport box. Viewport is exact. It can be the same as the viewport up to you, right? But it can also be different, right? In this case here, you want to crop to that region, and that region will scale up to fill the entire viewport. Effectively, what it calls zoom in if you want to. Okay, so that's where we use view box. Okay, to do zooming if you want to. Okay, that's the reason why we use, okay, zooming if you want to. There you are. So you can crop it and fill it up, right? Okay, you can zoom up and zoom down if you want to. So that's where the zooming comes in. Okay, so these are interactive way of interactive. Okay, interactive way. Okay, no need to worry so much about viewports and viewbox. I just explained to you only today, but you will be learning how to do it later, right? You're coming back to view. So you just understand what is viewbox and what is viewport, that's all, right? Okay, so today we are just focused on drawing for the new SVG and the E3JS. Okay, okay, so therefore for today practical, you would be drawing rectangles, circle, lines, and text, right? Like for example, right, how to draw a circle. Like remember, circles are important because circle you can draw pie chart. Lines are important because you can draw line chart, right? Or scatter plot. And the text, right, is where you put your, okay, labeling. Okay. Well, whatever d3.js do, you can also do it, right? Because but one thing is you need a good knowledge of JavaScript and the standard library, right? So SVG and Canvas API, right? So you can process the different data format if you want to, CSV or JSON, right? And so on. So be very careful differences between web browser. That's an issue that can be used. My strong recommendation is make use of Google Chrome. Okay, because Google Chrome is much more closer to HTML standards and JavaScript compared to the H. Anyone using Apple here? No,
No.
yeah. Okay. Because Apple sometimes I don't know why problem. Okay, I'm not a nightmare when still using Macintosh because I don't use a Macintosh myself. I can't get a Macintosh. Okay, so today's lesson is quite simple, right? So what is the advantage of using HTML and SVG tag to define your visualization? Well, no need to really know JavaScript much. If you can use this one, okay, no client-side processing of data, so that's why it's very easy to visualize. But as you can see, right, you want to create all the markup, it's not that easy. That's why I told you, maybe I just copy and paste, okay, and it's not interactive at all. So to know more, you can go to w3school.com. You are supposed to go there to explore more. Okay, we here, what we do is just to get you started so that you can start. Okay, you are supposed to go to w3school.com and there's more command there and more tag there you can use. Okay, please go there and use that, right? Okay, so then you're going to use JavaScript, right? What is good? This is flexible, right? Okay, you can fetch data as and when you require it, right? You use code to handle events such as clicking on the element graph that can be shown, tooltip. I think some of the students, so I can see you can, I think last week I showed you the two video, right?
Yeah.
Most of the videos the students do is they make use of mouse over. Very simple. event, and the other one is use toothpick to show the procedure. Because I give them the sample code. I'll be giving you the sample code as well. Please explore other things lah. Don't just what I teach you, just give me back what I teach you lah. Huh? Okay, do other things more than that lah. Huh? So my advice is do more things than that lah. Better than what is just given to you. Okay, that's the pro. Okay, the con is of course you have to know JavaScript, right? Okay, and so it's quite difficult on the client side, and quite slow to render graphics because they have to process the data first, right? And so on. Well, it is good lah. Huh? That's what we do here is SVG, and then make use of JavaScript to do the interactive part. Okay, both decorative, do a bit of both lah. Huh? Both decorative and both programmatic. Decorative means define the basic structure include SVG or canvas, right? And some visualization elements, right? Programmatic, you can do fetch, process, and visualize the data and add interactivity, lah, right? So do a bit of both, lah, huh? Okay, that's why they teach you both methods. Do a bit of both. Okay, okay? So there you are. So that's the decorative define an SVG element here, right? SVG ID is the example number one. And this is the viewport, the viewport, view 200 and height 200. Then create a graph to relatively transform to the SVG. This is the SVG element to get to share the same transformation of K, right? So you can transform, translate. You will learn this later, don't need to worry, right? Okay. And this is just to create a shape. And the circle you fill it RGB, red, green, blue, right? Red, this is the color, 255, 100, 100. I don't know what is 100 color. I don't know what is the color. You can explain yourself, right? So there's so many colors there. I can't remember all, right? Then you create a metric style. So these are circles and then you do a rectangle. So the standards are actually quite okay. So this is using SVG. Right? So then how to do that is this JavaScript, right? Okay. So you get, so this is a standard format, right? And then after that you get this okay, there are a number of functions to find elements here and there. Okay, so you must know what is the correct function to use, right? Okay, and create a shape, right? So you have to append something. Remember just now you go to append, right? Append something there, right? So there's put a body here, then you put SVG in the center. Okay, don't worry, we'll go through this again. Okay, we'll go through this again. And this is just to tell you what it is, what you can do. Okay, so you make it interactive, right? You can use mouse over. I think a lot of students use mouse over, right? Okay, so these are all you can do, and you must know that in okay, and so this is a double, so this is a double click, and you double click on it, this console the lock, this is the okay. So that is what students do. Right. So actually today that is very simple. Just SVG and the interactive part you will learn later. So no need to worry so much about it. This is just to give you a test, okay, of the dynamic programming part, right? And this is interactive SVG. Just give an example how you have SVG as well as okay, the test part. So does this right? Video, what do you need? So you have this. So today your lab task is to experience this, okay, experience this, and the solution is also given to you. Okay, you can download this from the webboard. Okay, worksheet one. Okay, today you are supposed to do your HTML and JavaScript. Okay, so we are supposed to do it and name it, and we can reuse them in later tutorials. That's why I say create the thing first. Okay, create the thing, the structure, copy and save the notepad, and then you can reuse it. Then you need to key every time. Understand? Then you need to key every time. Okay, and so in this case, you put to play a view port and then draw a mirror rectangle. And this mirror rectangle will be using a view box. Okay, view box. So you can see the first part is a view box, is a view port, and then you draw a view box. Okay, view box, add view color. Okay. So quite easy, not that difficult. Make use of vt.js, right? Okay, then after that, okay, so on. Okay, so that is for lab for today. So once you finish the lab, right, then you can quickly discuss with your teammate what project, what you want to do, what problem you want to solve, what data set you want to do, and start doing the vision, the product backlog, okay, and the topic. Better start today. Don't delay until last minute. Of course, as I said, you can always make your assumption if you need to. Okay, yeah, you can make your assumption. And usually this will be the mock-up. The business case study all need to mock up based on your data set. Remember just now I showed you the data set, right? By the previous student, they do a medical data set and they do the problem statement, the decision and all things like that. Okay, that there, so that's where you have to be, all these must be documented down. The only thing not there is the minute should be there. The schedule is also there and so on. Okay, is that the meeting and the meeting? Okay, any questions? What you need to do for your assignment now? You have seen the sample report, you have seen the video, you have seen the PowerPoint, what they do. Okay, so that is yeah, I think hopefully by today, and I already give you a video of what Java is. You can continue. You don't know what Scrum is, you can always go to the backboard there. The video is provided by the video is provided by so remember one thing, the problem you're trying to solve, do a vision of the problem, then that's the business case. Problem statement is the business case. And then after the vision, what I need to do, that's what you show the outline. Then after that, you give me the product backlog. Okay, that's how you show I give you product backlog. And then you do a schedule planning, okay, in terms of script. Okay, so but remember when you give a product backlog, you must organize them in terms of number one, first priority, number two, second priority, number three, third priority. So that when you do your sprint backlog, the first priority will be done first. Second priority will be done second. Okay, then so remember each of you is supposed to draw one graph. But sometimes you can see the previous year students, they do more than one graph. Okay, you see that I can see that when I teach this subject, most of them do at least two graphs, because they have a business problem to solve. So business problem doesn't require one graph. Maybe they say minimum one graph, right? So it's up to you to work out the graph. Right? Okay. So actually how many graphs you need to do is actually depend on your business problem or your business. Okay, so your business case and the data set. Okay, then hopefully we get started. Okay. You know, any more questions? Nick, any questions? Everything clear? Okay, start. You can start by please. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, you can go for your breakfast, then come back. Come back about 10:30 or 10:40. There's about 1 hour. Okay, 10. Okay, thank you. No questions then, thank you.这里有就不见了，有啥作业？就是叫你每天画的，每天画这个东西。